Hey, what's up people? Welcome back to another video from Aquatics. Today is a new build in another 30-litre cube. I'm going for a dragon rock composition. It's a rock that I've put off building with for now because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with it. But I decided I wanted to do some kind of valley. Some kind of dried out sand valley. So for this build I started with the dragon rock in a composition from the center of the back open to the front. Started with the larger rocks at the back to the smaller rocks at the front, so it gives it that depth, so it looks like it's going somewhere. Gives it a lot more travel. So place the rocks in the composition as a sort of triangle method, and then just one final rock at the top for more depth. The next part is the filter floss. I placed this in the areas where I wanted my aqua soil to go, so that it wasn't going to fall through onto the sand. I use cyanoacrylate glue, because obviously that's safe for aquatic animals, to hold that in place between the rocks. Apply it liberally, but not over the top, because eventually it will take grasp and harden by itself over sort of a 12-hour period. At that point now, the aqua soil goes in. I start off just spooning it in very slowly just to get an idea of where it's going, to see if there's any pocket areas where it could get through. Once I was happy with that, I made sure that I filled every area that I could and as densely as possible. Next, using a spray bottle, I got onto the planting. So I started with some stem plants, Hygrophila polysperma for dents at the back. Moving on to Storagine repens, that would fill in the front and foreground area. Rotala macandra, again a slow grower, so I'm going to put that mid to back. Ludwigia, that would go straight into the back to give it the most depth. And Alternantha red into the back and to the forefront. Planting process is best with a pair of tongs, which I tried to start with, but in the end for some of the larger stem plants it was easier to use my fingers to position them right in the actual aqua soil. One thing to note is that you should try and keep it as symmetrical as possible when planting, so if you're planting a plant on one side, make sure you give that equal amounts on the other side. Next up was the root tabs. So if you've got fertilised soil that you're happy with, then obviously you can use it as is. I prefer to use root tabs as well, just because it's the added benefit there that the stem plants can obviously pull from in the root system. At this point, once I was happy with my root tabs, I went back to planting, adding extra bits of aqua soil here and there as it obviously starts to be depressed as I'm planting inside of the soil, so I get the depth that I want. Finally, that filter floss should hopefully soak down within the upcoming weeks. Next is the sand. I found this sand to be very fine in structure, and it didn't sink into the nooks and crannies the way I expected it to. Probably wouldn't use it again, especially when filling, as I found that a lot of it powdered up and made its way to the surface. As for water, for the first time fill, I usually go with full tap water, or if not a 50% cut with RO water, bearing in mind that over the first week I'll be doing multiple water changes. And now the finished product. Like and subscribe and hit that little bell icon. Thank you.